Right now, Dogecoin's value is falling versus Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is approaching new all-time highs again right now, and people have been talking about an altcoin season forever, myself included. So what the heck is going on with Dogecoin today? Why is it falling in its value versus Dogecoin? Well, what if I told you history is repeating itself? And in the end, it's going to prove to be a very bullish year for Dogecoin coming up in 2025. I want to talk to you guys about something that I'm seeing on the charts, something that I've told you guys about before regarding the Dogecoin versus Bitcoin chart that you need to take a look at, and exactly what's going on with some key levels for Dogecoin today as Bitcoin is exploding and Bitcoin dominance is also climbing up. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip. Do me a favor on the way in, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me hop right into this content for you. So, out of the gates, this chart you're looking at to start is the Dogecoin versus Bitcoin chart, and we are repeating potentially this moment from the last bull cycle right here. I'm going to come back to that. What you also need to understand is that Bitcoin's dominance, right? So the performance of Bitcoin versus the rest of the market is coming up. Bitcoin is outperforming a variety of altcoins right now. Now, one thing that we've looked at, and I'm going to come back to this beautiful meme here in a second. One thing we've looked at is this altcoin season index tool. It's pretty neat. It goes all the way back to the previous cycles. You saw we had a big surge where we got all the way up into the 80s, high 80s for this altcoin season index. But now all of a sudden, it's coming back down. Altcoin season's cooling off. Well, this chart, as this comes down, this chart comes up as Bitcoin dominance climbs, altcoin season falls. Because to the other side of the spectrum is Bitcoin season. And we are creeping back into that. Now, Bitcoin's had a tremendous season. In fact, if you look from, the lows here from September of 2022, it's been rallying for 833 days. At some point, this Bitcoin dominance rally should hypothetically stop. That's what everybody has understood about the crypto markets for a very long time. That's why there are things like a altcoin season terminology that people talk about, because eventually Bitcoin goes up and then people start taking profit from Bitcoin and then they start playing around with some of the altcoin market, like Dogecoin, like Shiba Inu, like some of the other coins that we talk about on this channel, whether it's Crow, Stacks, BNB, HBAR, Cardano, and we talk about them all, guys. If you like talking about crypto, you should subscribe to this channel. I do live streams every Monday through Friday, right at noon Central Standard Time, about noon or 12:30 Central Standard Time. Did one earlier today, so check it out if you haven't seen those. We're going to talk about it all. I'll do Q&As, but everybody's waiting for altcoin season. So why is Dogecoin showing a red weekly candle as Bitcoin is at 107K? And if I go to the weekly candles, just breaking out into price discovery mode with a giant green weekly green candle. It's simply because Bitcoin dominance is still coming up. We could see some resistance for Bitcoin dominance, possibly right at around the 58 or possibly 59% dominance level. I think that getting above 60% dominance again in this cycle would be extremely surprising. Is it possible? It is. But I think we're probably going to see resistance at the bottom of this wedge, this kind of ascending wedge that we saw. And if we go higher, we might even come up to, the top of this thing. But if we're breaking higher, it'd be extremely shocking. The highest I could possibly see this thing going is like to these previous highs that we saw for Bitcoin dominance in 2020. But if you'll notice, Bitcoin's dominance is slowly coming down more and more over time because people are more excited about some of the technologies behind altcoins. Maybe not more excited. Maybe that's not the way to say it, but a lot of people like to trade altcoins, and there's a lot of really great technology coming out with altcoins on blockchains that are very fast, very secure, have great scalability, have very low fees, some of which in a capacity are better than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is the gold standard of crypto, which is why you have companies like Microsoft putting out votes, which they did not vote to buy Bitcoin, but Amazon's considering buying Bitcoin. MicroStrategies has bought another $1 billion or so worth of Bitcoin just today. We're going to see Bitcoin continue to go up in dollars over time, but I do think that continuing over time, Bitcoin is going to continue to lose dominance in this market slowly over time with beautiful Bitcoin seasons, but inevitably there will be pumps for altcoins ahead in the future. And let's go over to Dogecoin, because I think that we are seeing history repeat itself perfectly. So if you're wondering why Dogecoin's coming down versus Bitcoin, I just gave you guys a couple reasons, but here's something that you want to look out for in the very specific regard to Dogecoin versus Bitcoin. And this is something that I've talked about. I drew this blue line a while ago on this Dogecoin versus Bitcoin chart. If you guys have been watching all our Dogecoin versus Bitcoin and Dogecoin videos, you probably have seen me talk about this. I want to give you guys a refresher because a prediction I made is playing out. I told everybody that's been watching this channel that likely seeing Dogecoin just break out versus Bitcoin and just keep going straight to the upside on this chart, or this Doge versus Bitcoin valuation chart, it's going to be extremely unlikely. Why? Why did I say that? Because nothing goes straight up. What we saw back in 2021 when we were in the peak of the last bull market is boom, a breakout, a retest off the point of breakout, bullish confirmation, and continuation to the upside. What we're seeing right now is possibly the very same thing, where we exploded up. We are probably going to see a retest. I would say we're probably going to hold the floor for Dogecoin right here for a variety of reasons. Total market cap is right now continuing to climb at $3.67 trillion. I think we're going to go to possibly $10 trillion. You guys already know that Elon Musk cannot help himself but to continue to talk about Dogecoin, which is why I have this tweet pulled up, because you got to understand, this account, Doge Designer, all about Dogecoin and Elon, they constantly get retweets from Elon Musk. And so here is a photo of Elon Musk as Rafiki from The Lion King holding up Simba, aka Dogecoin, because Elon Musk just loves Dogecoin. He thinks it's hilarious. He created his own Department of Government Efficiency, aka Doge, because he likes Dogecoin so darn much. It's got a bright future. And if this total market cap does climb like we expect it to, with a high degree of confidence, we could potentially see a move like this. This is something that I expect to see if we even test back down to this level, which I think is highly likely. A Dogecoin bounce off this blue line, and then a move back to the upside. Again, this is for Dogecoin's valuation versus Bitcoin. Now, this week, we could see this thing slip down in a few ways. If this red candle continues to come down and bounces off this level, and we get this bullish retest, I could see it playing out this way. Perhaps Bitcoin's price just continues to go up. Maybe Bitcoin goes to $110,000, maybe even $120,000. You never know exactly where it's going to go, but maybe Bitcoin continues to go up and Dogecoin just stays flat like it has been doing for the last few weeks. If you just look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, we were actually back at the same price as we were 6 weeks ago for Dogecoin. So Dogecoin had a nice explosion here, as you can see, and you've probably enjoyed that if you're a big Dogecoin fan, from August of 2024. If you were in Dogecoin, as we've been talking about it for a long time, you could have made, to the peak of this thing, already a 6x on Dogecoin to the time of this recording, where we're at right now. It's up 5x from August. So it's gone up quite a bit. But the reality is, in the last 6 weeks, Dogecoin's been stuck around this 40-cent level. And so there's a world where Dogecoin trades down a little bit or to the side, or just really sticks around kind of this price level right here for a minute as Bitcoin surges. If that's the case, we see Bitcoin dominance continue to come up. Maybe we see resistance here at 59, like I'm talking about. Maybe we go a little bit higher. Maybe we do come back to 60%. And perhaps we're going to see this then weekly candle for Dogecoin come down, do a bullish retest, and then we could get continuation to the upside. So that's kind of what I expect to see for Dogecoin here. I know a lot of people are wondering what's going on. Why is Dogecoin stuck right now? What is happening? Well, our point of breakout is going to be the 49-cent level. If we can break through 49 cents, then our our next target very quickly would become 74 cents. And I think that we're going to see that once we see that Bitcoin dominance coming down, because we're so excited about, Elon potentially Dogecoin payments on X and all these things. Everybody loves Doge. It's the top meme in crypto. Most everybody loves Doge, it seems, not financial advice, right? But eventually we're going to have an altcoin season again. We've seen it so many times in cryptocurrency before. And I think we're going to see a lot of that again. If you look at like this April to, to like June, that's a huge stretch to April, May, June. Guys, that's like 3, almost 4 months actually. If you go from March to July almost, this thing was up above the 70s, really. So an altcoin season is probably going to come. At that point, we're going to see Dogecoin explode. If you want to trade Bitcoin and trade around with some of the volatility on Bitcoin or Dogecoin, you could sign up for Blowfin using our link. You could trade Doge or any of really your favorite major memes here. You could trade Bitcoin if you want to. I think right now, Dogecoin is in a consolidation phase. If Bitcoin can start to move up and altcoins can kind of trade to the side, Bitcoin dominance can kind of peak out and start to come back down. If we see that happen and Bitcoin dominance starts to come back down, I believe that is when we're going to see continuation to the upside for Doge. In the meantime, there's a world where Dogecoin could come back down to 30 cents. There's a world where you could have more accumulation opportunities. I think that Dogecoin still has a 5, maybe even a 10x in this bull market ahead of it. Let's see how it shakes out, guys. I've been saying for a while that, I think that Dogecoin could get to $2 in this bull market. That's a 5x from here. Okay, and I think it could do something possibly even bigger than that if we see Elon Musk integrate Dogecoin payments into X, and if we see this total market cap really get to $10 trillion or higher. This could be a very, very beautiful and large Bitcoin and altcoin bull run, and I think Dogecoin holders are going to be very happy with some of the returns. The big thing is, guys, if you're waiting for $2, if you're waiting for $4, I say it's always great to take profits on the way up, guys. If you get to 75 cents, $1, $1.20, $1.50 for Doge, it's great to take profits, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say here is financial advice, but that's my update for you guys on Dogecoin today. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel, DCA HODL. Of course, do your own research, my friends. I got 2 videos for you right here if you want to check them out. I will see you in the next one. Peace, y'all.